Okay, folks, I assume now, it's been a while, that these are no longer considered hot property or cool. So, but basically, when they were popular, yeah, they're just a big fad and kids love it, shit like that, and parents would buy more groceries because of these, to get these items. It's feeling very hot at the moment, and I've got the fan going. Yeah, really nice and cool to have a bit of. It still feels hot though. It's humid out there, Luigi and co. Yeah, it's all humid, very humid out there and overcast. Just trying to think what I've got to do. Just got to get this up. Let's see what this is. It's one of these old cards from, I think this was a Woolworths promotion. These Disney trade collector cards, which really, like, there's always rare ones, and that's why they have rare ones, so that people can keep buying and the parents buy more, will end up buying more. You get them like, I think you get it one, I don't know how many you get in a pack. But you get a pack of them, and they're like you got to spend like $30, which is quite a lot for, when you're thinking you want to get a collectible cards. And that's come up looking really quite interesting, the colour in that. Going to enlarge it a bit bigger, or maybe we're going to leave it like that because we're going to make that into a movement piece anyway. I do think we need some more colour in that, because it looks a bit shitty. It looks a bit, no, we want to go here. We want to add a background colour, magenta. But basically, yeah, these are a real gimmick, real marketing or advertising gimmick, so that people will buy more stuff. And yeah, it's really silly. I don't like all this shit. And that's come up looking better now. That looks a lot nicer with the pink, the processed pink known as magenta. I just don't know why people get sucked into these, like, I purposefully don't accept these sorts of things because they're collectibles, and you feel locked into buying things. Of course I wouldn't, but I don't care about these gimmicky promotions that the supermarkets typically like to have. I don't care about that sort of shit. I just want to go in there and buy my groceries and just get the fuck out. I'm not interested in this fucktardery. This machine's full of fucktardery. I just hit this bloody sim. It's really hard in the heat to use this because it's not slippy. You have to slide your finger across, and it's really hard when it's really hot, and it's like your fingers are really like there's not enough traction, or it's slipping. It's just there is too much traction, actually, to be honest, because there's just too much. It's just making it hard for the finger to slide across, and it's really bad design from this company, Conca Minolta, having to rely on your fingers sliding across the user interface. And that's really difficult. So it's all about money, like whether it's cards or whether it's the photocopier industry. Everything's about money. Everything's about making a quick dollar. It doesn't matter. The money's the most important thing in the world. It's really silly, but it's true. And people get sucked into these freebies And that's come up looking really quite interesting. Not quite what I'm after. The colour looks quite nice. I'm going at 100% for this. Yeah, I just don't know why people in the first place want to have these cards. They're just a fucking rort, and children just don't know how the system works. So they get sucked in. Their friends are doing it, everyone's doing it. Everyone's trading these cards. And it's just like that. And I wish that schools would ban this sort of stuff. You know, because some parents don't want their children to get involved with all these fads and fashions and shit. And unfortunately, that's the way it goes, that everything's about money, and some parents don't want their children to be involved in this kind of shit. And it's really hard because there's peer group pressure, because their child is being exposed to this in the playground, and of course the child can't be safely insulated from it for very long. However much the parents try, the school becomes like a leakage point of this, and then children then start to want to join in as well, even though their parents would rather them not have anything to do with this shit. It's peer group pressure, and it really is quite damaging. No, it's not good for this world. This looks nice, but it doesn't show the face, but this looks not quite as nice as that. We're going to utilise that one. Actually, her face is just in there, just a bit. But basically, yeah, it's really quite disturbing how these fads, these supermarket fads, are driven so hard by money, and kids are the marketing pawns for these companies. And it really is not nice, you know, it's not fair. And it's basically child abuse. I call it child abuse, folks. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. To me it is. It's a form of child abuse. Utilising children as marketing pawns. Not acceptable, folks. Not fucking acceptable. But what can you do? You know, you've got to try and keep your kids away from this shit, but the schoolyard becomes a fucking problem, and you just can't get away from it, unfortunately. You just can't escape this shit, however much you just love to just wish it wasn't there. And you wish your children weren't being preached to, so to speak, by these advertisers and marketeers. So it's really wrong. It's absolutely disgusting the way they are, these marketing people. But that's just the way that it is. It's the culture of it. Everything's about making money, as I said before, and it doesn't seem to matter to the marketeers and the advertisers what happens, who suffers, and whether it causes fights in the family. You know, the kids want it, the parents are saying no more, and the peer group pressure, and everyone has to join in, otherwise you're not considered cool or hip or trendy. You know, you got to fucking follow the social norms in school. Unfortunately, that's just the way that it's become, or it has been for a while. You know, even when I was a kid back in the 80s going to school, yeah, they had all these fads and things that people bought, and things. I rarely partook in those fads. I remember Cabbage Patch Kids and Charmkins and just a couple of the more girly related fads, and I never flowed with it. I wasn't interested, and my parents wouldn't have been able to afford it anyway, because I was mainly given toys or presents on Christmas Day and my birthday, New Year's Day. So we used to have most of the things that my parents bought us, my dad especially, if I'm correct, we mainly had it only at Christmas time. We weren't given much pocket money, if any, just for lunch at school, and that was pretty much it. So there we go. Anyway, that's come up looking quite a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.